now give the floor to the speaker from Crude Accountability.
Thank you. I'd like to focus my remarks on environmental defenders who are increasingly under threat and exposed to grave risks simply for defending the basic human right to a clean and healthy environment. According to international watchdog group Global Witness, 2017 was the deadliest year on record for environmental defenders globally, with 207 environmental and land defenders killed around the world. In 2018, 164 environmental defenders were killed. 3 of those deaths occurred in the OSCE region in Ukraine: Yekaterina Ganjuk, Nikolai Yerema, and Nikolai Bichko. In addition to the murder of environmental defenders, harassment, intimidation, and pressure through administrative and legal action continue to be business as usual for governments and companies determined to stop environmental defenders. In Russia, Environmental Watch on the North Caucasus and other environmental NGOs, including Eco Defense, endure spurious legal charges and continued violence against their members. Environmental Watch's office has been raided 3 times in the past year by the authorities. Twice, these men were armed with automatic weapons and were wearing balaclavas. This follows the brutal December 2017 attack on Environmental Watch's coordinator, Andrei Rudomacha, which put him in the hospital for the better part of a month. Although the attack was recorded on video, the perpetrators have still not been found by the police. In Kazakhstan, environmental defender Sergei Salyanik was illegally detained by the police in May of this year for his participation in a 16-year-long campaign defending the rights of residents of the village of Beryozovka who suffered from toxic emissions from the Karachaganak oil and gas field. He was identified as a witness in a criminal case of distributing allegedly false information about the 2014 mass poisoning of children in Beryozovka by Karachaganak emissions. The criminal case is still open, meaning the authorities could continue to pressure him and other defenders working on this case. Max Bakayev is still wrongly serving time in a Kazakh prison colony for speaking out about land rights in the country. In Azerbaijan, Dr. Gubadi Badoglu, an economist and active member of EITI, was fired from his teaching position at the university for his participation in EITI events. In the United States, the current administration has proposed new legislation that would make it a felony offense of up to 20 years to protest oil and gas pipeline construction, even in cases of eminent domain when individuals are merely protecting their own property rights. Since November 2016, 17 states have introduced legislation that would criminalize participation in pipeline protests. Documented efforts to label environmental defenders as terrorists are chilling, as are documented cases of private security forces perpetrating violence against defenders on behalf of corporations. Throughout the OSCE region, environmental defenders are subject to frozen bank accounts, false legal accusations, charges of acting against the national interest of their country, inciting social discord, or working as foreign agents. At a time when climate change is the largest threat to the planet, environmental defenders are not only fighting to protect the environment, but they are fighting for their lives. We urgently call on the OSCE to work actively for the protection of environmentalists. Thank you.